After multiple hospital workers became severely ill after operating on Gloria Ramirez's body, she became known as the Toxic Lady. Gloria was just 31 years old and lived in Riverside, California with her husband and 2 children. But at around 8 p.m. on February 19, 1994, Gloria was rushed to Riverside General Hospital after experiencing heart palpitations. She could hardly breathe and was delirious, and she also had late-stage cervical cancer. The doctors ended up having to remove her shirt so that they could defibrillate her heart, but they noticed Gloria's entire body was covered in this strange, oily sheen. The hospital staff also noticed this strong, fruity, garlicky odor coming from her mouth. And when a nurse tried to draw Gloria's blood, she noted that it smelled like ammonia and also saw manila-colored particles floating in her blood. It was at this point that nurses started to either faint or develop severe breathing problems. And when one nurse woke up, she wasn't able to move her arms or legs. All of the patients and staff in the ER were then immediately evacuated to the parking lot, while a skeleton crew in hazmat suits stayed behind to try and save Gloria's life. But sadly, Gloria passed away that night. In total, 5 hospital workers had to be hospitalized as a result of being exposed to Gloria's body, and 1 remained in the ICU for 2 weeks. California's Department of Health was then called in to search the ER for any signs of poisonous gas, toxins, or any other foreign substances, but nothing was found. This is when the media dubbed Gloria as the Toxic Lady because nobody could get within 2 feet of her without experiencing severe medical issues. A little more than a month after Gloria's death, a more thorough autopsy was conducted by a team in hazmat suits and in a sealed-off room. And from that, they found a large amount of dimethylsulfone in her blood and tissues. Dimethylsulfone does occur naturally in the body as it breaks down certain substances, but it normally disappears within 3 days. But there was so much in Gloria's system that it still showed up at 3 times the normal amount 6 weeks after her death. After investigating, authorities ruled Gloria's official cause of death as heart failure due to kidney failure brought on by her late-stage cervical cancer. And after months of investigating, authorities officially concluded that the hospital staff actually only suffered from mass hysteria brought on by the fruity, garlicky odor. The reasoning for this was because despite the medical issues these workers experienced, they all had normal blood tests after the exposure. But theories spread that this body cream was actually responsible for everything. The ME found that Gloria would use this cream all over her body in hopes of curing her cancer. Back in the day, this cream was really popular and thought to relieve pain. But in 1965, medical science ruled this cream as a toxic substance, as it could ruin your eyesight. After this, you could only get it in a hardware store as a degreaser. When this cream, or DMSO, is exposed to oxygen, it converts to dimethyl sulfate. If this gets into your body, it can cause convulsions, delirium, and paralysis, which is exactly what the medical staff experienced. This cream would explain the oily sheen all over Gloria's body and the fruity garlicky smell coming out of her mouth. But of course, this is just a theory. Her family blames the hospital for Gloria's death because of their rocky history with gas leaks and ventilation problems, which if you look into is actually really concerning. But in the end, nothing has ever been proven, and this case remains a mystery.